Hello guys, welcome to the weekly video where we round up all the stories we've put on Paper Horse Media this week. We have a couple for you here in this video, and the links to them will of course be in the description. So let's get started. This week we had a nod to Badminton Horse Trials, one of the toughest events in equestrian sport. Veteran groom Emma Ford remembers when eventing was a different setup. Ford spent 16 years grooming for Olympic rider Philip Dutton and was there during the sport's final years of the old, long format. Back then, horses didn't just tackle dressage, cross country, and show jumping. Before cross country could even begin, they had to complete miles of roads and tracks, plus a full steeplechase phase. A lot of traditionalists believed removing those endurance sections made the sport easier. Emma says that couldn't be further from the truth, as today's courses are faster, tighter, and far more technical, in that sense demanding just as much fitness from the horse. More than the competitions themselves, Emma recalled for us some of the challenges of being a groom. At the 2007 Pan Am Games in Rio, where the horses had proper accommodation, the grooms, on the other hand, were living in shipping containers. She recalled you couldn't drink the water, the toilet would run down through the middle of the floor because it was leaking. But somehow, those moments became part of the culture. Emma says nobody really complained because everybody was in it together. You just sort of laugh about it and go, well, this is what we do. Originally from North Devon in England, Emma credits Pony Club for teaching her horsemanship and work ethic before eventually building a career at the top of international eventing. Now she's helping launch a new grooming development grant with the Aiken Horse Park Foundation, designed to, over time, support a new generation of top grooms, something she believes the sport is finally starting to value properly. As Emma reflected on the toughness of eventing both past and present, Britain's Ross Cantor was leading badminton and went on to win it for a record third time with the same horse. No less, this just 3 months after giving birth to her second child. A reminder that even in its modern form, eventing isn't really for the faint-hearted. Next is a story on Wellington rider Tanner Korotkin, for whom versatility is becoming a serious advantage in the show jumping ring. The 25-year-old entered 4 horses in Wellington's Spring 5 Regional Grand Prix. He qualified 2 for the jump-off and stormed to victory aboard the fiery Selle Francais mare, whose name I'm not going to try and say. I give up. The name's on the screen. Moving on. But according to Tanner's trainer and father, Alan Korotkin, that success comes from years of riding absolutely everything. Growing up at Castlewood Farm, Tanner was constantly thrown on different types of horses. Hot ones, quiet ones, tricky ones, often just to experiment and figure things out for himself. Now that adaptability is starting to benefit him professionally. Tanner came into this class with a plan. One of his top horses is preparing for a 4-star event in Devon. So this Grand Prix was partially about building up confidence and mileage before moving on to bigger competition. But it was Tony, the horse whose name I can't say, who stole the show. Tanner says the 12-year-old mare is unbelievably aggressive and strong, the kind of horse that thinks about going 100 miles an hour every time she's on the course. In the jump-off, that raw speed meant Tanner and Tony stopped the clock nearly 2 full seconds faster than the rest of the field. And it was not for lack of competition. Newly recrowned world number 1, Kent Farrington, was competing with Greya as they tuned up for the summer season. For Alan Korotkin, the result seemed like proof that his son is turning into a true professional rider. And Tanner agrees things are moving in the right direction. There you have it. Those are the stories this week, although not quite, because we did just put up another story today when this video goes live that we didn't quite have time to work into this video. But if you're wanting more, head over to paperhorsemedia.com, link in the description, and you can check out the new story today, as well as all of these stories if you would like to read them in their entirety. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next week.